we're back. Are you absolutely sure about that total?
It seems our new attorney is a bit confused. At a glance, the picture is enough to tell you who won.
If you're not in kindergarten.
Just for safety's sake, could you explain the problem to the court?
Of course, Your Honor. In this photo, I see small chips and I see large chips. Tell me, which were worth 1,000 points?
Why, the big ones, of course. Duh!
Oh, I thought so too, but the totals don't add up.
The totals?
Let's review what the witness told us. Each man started with 3,500 point chips. And the combined value was the chips were 7 whatever.
Yes, my calculations are correct. Let's see, 3 plus 1 carry the 5.
They are, Your Honor. Now, look at this photo that allegedly shows all the chips. If the big chips are worth 1,000 and the small chips are worth 100, and you add them up,
How much is it?
do it yourself. You aren't in kindergarten, are you? 10,600 points. The chips don't add up.
Whoosh.
This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony!
Rabble, 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 rabble.
But why? How could this be?
Exactly. Justice. Now that you know the what, you must determine
I
the
knew the
why.
what fucking forever ago, and you called me a fucking moron. Fuck you,
I
Kristoff.
was testing you, Justice.
Right! There's only one possible way to explain this contradiction. The chip count was wrong.
Both were right. Okay, so the options that you guys can't see, our starting points were wrong. Chip count was wrong. Both were right.
Starting points were wrong, the chip count was wrong, or both were right.
Both were right. The starting points were right. The chip count was right.
Yeah, both were right.
Yeah.
It was the...
You guys are thinking wrong.
Yeah. Both were right! Each man began the game with 3,500 points. If all the chips are indeed shown in this photograph,
I love how you say photograph.
then there can be only one answer.
Well, what is it?
The value of the chips was the other way around.
What?
Want to know what I think? The small chips are worth 1,000, not the big ones!
Madness! Utter madness!
Show me that photograph of the chips again. There are 6 small chips and 10 large chips. What? I'm getting hungry! That does make 7,000 points when you add them up.
Rubble, 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 rubble. Excellent work, Justice. It's almost as though you figured it out by yourself.
Fuck off. Well, I'm just glad I was the one who said it.
But wait! The value of my chips may be different, but that changes nothing.
Here's my theory about Apollo and his voice. He seems to idolize Phoenix just based on like how he reacted when he met him for the first time.
Yeah.
And I think he's followed his career, but all of like the most standout moments of Phoenix's career was when he was talking like this.
Yeah.
So he has decided that that's how he should always talk, basically.
Ah.
And so in order to take it up to 11, when he has to yell, he has to go even further. So that's why his base level is yelling Phoenix and his higher up level is screeching. Because he can't go anywhere else from there.
That's pretty funny.
Indeed, the victim did have the larger number of chips still.
That's why he had vocal training. It all makes sense.
Ah!
He thought that the most important thing about being a lawyer was being loud.
I see.
It was all because of Phoenix.
Cords of steel.
Phoenix's yelling actually caused there to be lawyer vocal training courses. Exactly! If If the small chips are 1,000 points and the large chips are 100, let's do a little math. Add up the points for each side of the table.
The victim, Mr. Smith, had 2,900 and Phoenix had 4,100 points!
Well now, it seems that Mr. Right was winning that night after all.
That's impossible!
My client had even less reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning!
Yarg!
Now, Miss O'Reilly, you must have known the true value of the chips. Since you were there at the scene of the crime. How many were there? What?
Rubble, 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 rubble.
Order! Order! It appears our defendant has lost his motive. And Mr. Wright's supposed defeat never happened. We must now ask ourselves whether we can trust the defendant's testimony. Excuse me? What is it, Miss O'Reilly?
I did not want to be saying this, but actually you can see it.
See what, Miss O'Reilly? What do we see?
In the last hand, there was cheat.
Rubble, 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 rubble.
A cheat? You don't mean a trick?
Wait, or do you mean a trap? Or a scam?
They're all the same thing.
Yes, that was cheating last hand. That is why game ends with chips as they are.
Great, just great. First we have lying, now cheating.
Well, this case certainly has taken a turn. For the interesting.
Witness, you please testify to the court. Tell us about this cheating in the final hand.
All right, it's another testimony.
Ooh.
We'll be back after this.